just like do a quick hand of stuff.
It's working now. I don't know what's going on.
Program did you close?
Parsec. Even though Parsec's weird because one of the first things I do when I boot up the computer is close Parsec, but then there's another background process of Parsec also running. I don't know why, so I had to close that. I also closed an iTunes thing that just like sits in the background and does nothing until I plug an iPod in. But ooh.
So yeah, Baxter side SC tech is he plugs an iPod in.
Yep.
Then he kills the bitrate.
It's true. But yeah, he's actually got a bunch of C-Techs. He's got 4 of them. Because he's got...
Yeah, right. Is the drop dash new to this update or no?
New. That was last update. Indeed. But... he can also be a menace. Because, he can do this.
You're bulk playing with a C-Tech. You actually didn't show the fall-offs because the stream was being too laggy for those.
Yeah. So he gets an overhead head dive, a reaching vertical, horizontal attack, and he can also go into a line throw from there as well. And I think one of the nastier ones is this one because it allows him to control afterwards, so he's pretty wild. And that's not even getting to his specials. He has a few new ones.
Yeah, his specials are now motions, except for Indigo Scream, which is now a charge move.
Yep. So this is DP. This is a charge. And then he has accidentally getting a DP motion. This is... which one is this? It's Cinnabar Crush? I forget you can even charge these. But yeah, you can charge these up to get higher speed versions of them.
Won't boost your spin speed with those.
Nope. It's not a permanent thing, but it does make that when you let go better. You can also feint it as well. And then there is Turquoise Saw, which is a low. It's hard to show off in training because his health keeps regenerating, but they actually get a lot.
It looks so funny when you do the level 1 version.
Yeah, pretty weak. But a fun thing that you can do, and if it hits, no matter what, is cancel into the wall run. So, Baxter goes all over the screen. He has... that's it, actually. He has no new supers. Mostly because he just kind of has a really nice rounded moveset there.
Yeah, it's really hard to come up with like anything new in terms of like supers. So it's like either really gimmicky or just really stupid.
He gets the side L command throw super. Since, of course, maxing out his speed wouldn't really make a lot of sense. Because this one is... he gets his speed more often because you can maintain having some purple health pretty consistently, especially if you're taking damage, but you don't get as much benefit from it. In fact, your moves are actually kind of not worth using unless you've got some speed, because they're pretty weak. But it's more so about just actually getting to do whatever you want rather than having to maintain your resource. Kind of the idea we're going with for him. So, since we didn't get a show of this off...
Evil sure.
Yes, that's temporary. Don't worry about that.
I missed it back when it just Su-chan saying "stay back" really loudly.
That was like a weird oversight where it was one of Sagubi's normal lines. I don't know how that happened.
Think you have what it takes?
Keep it clean.
So,
And
actually, I did filter all of Segumi's lines, but,
Yeah, we weren't 100% sure if we were gonna get Su-chan back on board, but we did.
Yep. Mostly aesthetic stuff here. And since we don't have the voice yet, we can't really show that off. Oh, you think that intro's nice? Here's the other one.
Come on.
Keep it clean. And break.
Happy with that one.
I'm glad I came up with that idea. That's so cool.
Gameplay-wise, there's a lot of balance changes made to this side, but not anything really new, per se. This lost some range, the command grab C-Tech. And so did this. But this one's safe on block, the light variant. -3. And then the heavy one is now unsafe on block. So, kind of just understand more what the side K / side S is really good at and what it was a little too good at. So, this one's been balanced out quite a bit. And this is our last new side.
It is Bernie. Don't worry, he's not as overwhelming as his other sides.
Easy, kids. I got this.
He's a bit more focused this time around. So,
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask, is his unique UI element, like, what does it represent again? Because I wasn't sure if, like, you could, like, change it for Game Maker or something.
like how it works?
How it looks.
Well, it's a scale.
And...
I am not sure what you're asking me.
I think it's, like, really big, and it's not, like, 100% clear about his gimmick, but I need a refresher on his gimmick.
So, his passive is Trial of the Mental. There was a method of naming these. I will not get into it.
I'm Survivor.
That's not... I mean, we'll get to that one later. Counter hits get Bernie... I shouldn't have done that. But counter hits give Bernie a chip. And you can actually get a whole bunch of these. Up to 9. Whenever he uses his Craze technique, Predator Poised, he gets a dice. If he does it again, in increments, up to 6. And as long as it's, we might actually go back and change some of how this works, but, because I actually made a change on this recently where if you hold it down, you get a long, there's like a long version of it, which is much more unsafe, but you actually get 3 stacks off of it. What that does is, while you have a dice, your next hit is a counter hit unless it's above 2, which just might actually change. But if it's above a certain number, it's not a counter hit. It's a dire counter. And just a real dire counter. He loses his dice the moment he gets hit. And I didn't explain what the chips do. The chips...
The hell?
They give him armor. Which is surprisingly difficult to show off because I'm bad. But, yeah, there we go. And because armor works the way it does, you'll probably get a counter hit if you armor something. So, you lose 2 chips whenever you block something with armor, but you only need 1 chip in order to have armor. So, you'll always have armor. Even if you start slowly losing them, you'll always have armor as long as you're always landing counter hits. I'm gonna say... Oh, another nice benefit of his chips is the reason that he has so many, actually, is because all of his throws, including a super throw, does more damage for every chip that he has. So, you can accumulate some pretty good damage from your throws. This one's much more grappler oriented because he loses assists and the cigarette. But he gets, you know, armored throws. And of course he doesn't have the OTG tech anymore. But he has all those anyways, just on his command throw. So instead of Scumgale, you get a follow-up of your choice. That's Spine Apathy. And he maintains Golden Joyer as his strong punch, but his light punch, quarter circle forward, is Deja Vu Tinkerer.
1, 2.
Which is a move that people know about that I know what it's from. Don't really know what the deal with it is, but it's a special launcher in this game.
Don't know how it worked in Tekken either.
Not even remotely sure.
You play Tekken more than I do.
Yeah, I don't play Kazuya though.
Why not? He's like, Durya, he's plus unblocked.
Because he's really hard to play. Straight honest, he's the hardest main character to play I think I've seen in the game.
Okay, I can get that, I understand.
But, yeah. And then, of course, he has Minecraft. He has I'm. And then the follows Me.
Oh boy.
The Food. And Survivor. Don't ask. Half circle back 2 punches is Wake Up, or Wake the Pharmacy. It is a command throw and it is not reactable in this side.
Gotcha.
He does that.
Yeah.
Don't ask. His down forward kick is Ruin Head.
Eat this.
Fun fact, this is the first super that was ever coded for Bernie. It's been in the game longer than any of his other supers.
Yes.
It is.
It was very funny playing, like, early stages Bernie.
Yes, we had a lot of fun with him. Down forward, 2 kicks is Headhound. And then down forward, 2 punches is Save the Best for Bamboozle.
I can't believe we almost named this move Double Drag In.
I still kind of want to, but we do have a gimmick with these.
Also, copyright. It's pretty on the nose.
Oh, come on. We can get away with it. So yes, this is basically just a MVC2 team-up super. That was kind of the idea behind that one, just to do something kind of silly and different. And also to incorporate
And since we hit
Jimmy and Lee.
Jimbo and Zombie and I don't know. We don't have a bootleg Lee. We have plenty of bootleg Bernies and Jimmys.
So yeah, and of course since that's a special now,
Damn it.
it's Dire kind of follows off with it. Oh wow! I just accidentally shut off another wonderful change that he got. All sides get this.
Yeah, his
What? Kiku.
Yep. That move, I was just like, this move doesn't get used because it's weird. Now it's gonna get used because it's great.
I think Jane almost got a drop kick air normal. And Eustacia too.
Oh yeah. So, among other things that have changed, CC got something, his, I'll just show it off real quick. It's small, but big at the same time. Playing a side C, and you do light punch.
You're in my range. You're in my range.
Ora.
Basically the same exact output, except, you get a puddle after it.
In my range.
So side L's is exactly the same, but side C,
Scuba.
yep. You get a little puddle.
You're in my range.
So this move can still be linked off of if you're not bad like me.
Scuba.
And Yes. Isabella got changed because she's really, really good in our opinion.
Isabella.
If you want it.
Keep it clean.
Got rid of a whole normal because I accidentally made it extremely problematic.
We got rid of 2 normals.
Thump.
Light Punch. That's just Light Punch now. The other one was really good and was kind of overlapping other buttons. And then this is also Strong Kick, because that button did everything.
Yeah,
But
the previous button was just fuck all huge.
I would hardly argue that she's any... I mean, she's obviously not as good, but I think she's still incredibly good, despite these changes. Another minor one is her Clash normals do not work on specials anymore. The actual Clash property. Which is, I think, it adds some counterplay without it actually removing what it's really good at. So, if you want to beat it out, like, it won't beat a DP anymore, basically. Which I think is fair. Both Side L Bernie and Side C Isabella, and Side L actually, their C-Tick counters got a bit of a buff because I kind of over-nerfed them without realizing, because I timed them up together without realizing they were really bad, so I found a kind of a middle ground between the two. And so now they should be
Nice try.
pretty good. Obviously punishable, but not nearly as bad as they were. I don't think there was anything else major. Oh, there was one more thing, actually.
Jane.
Adieu.
Jane.
Oh, there was that. I was talking about Isabella, but yeah, her throw is now
Adieu.
a throw.
Adieu.
Except in Side S. Side S maintains mostly unchanged. Her DP is now invincible and heavy, and a launcher on light. And one other interesting thing is, so let's say, for example, a G is doing this cool combo, and she's just like, nah, I don't want to be hit by that anymore. You can now Rage Burst when you are on the ground and being hit, and you're not, of course, being thrown. So, just to give that a little bit of a unique twist. So she kind of has a unique burst mechanic, but she does lose her gauge entirely for doing so.
Yes.
And then, finally, Jane Bane, Side L. It was very...
She got buffs.
It was very bad.
Now you're in my range.
It is no longer very bad. So,
Yeah, I think she just needed some fine-tuning and changes she got now.
so what basically happened was we decided that, her downsides were too, horrible? They were straight up just kind of awful. But the upsides are really good, so we kind of honed in those upsides a little bit while also removing a lot of the downsides. Mostly, the big one being that when she overheats,
Singe the skin.
there's actually two
She
things.
explodes.
Yeah, that is not an attack anymore, but she's also just invulnerable, so she will not actually give her opponent a combo on her for not managing her resource. It's not ideal for her, but what are you gonna do? It makes it where you don't want to, you won't lose the game because you overheated. The other interesting thing that we did is we changed a lot about how the damage buffing works, so that it maxes out at the middle, basically, so once you reach level 3, you get the maximum amount of damage buff. So it's a bit smaller, but also when you're at level 4 heat, like she is now, all your special moves have an additional property that make them do really funny things. Like,
Oh, the Dulcim bounce!
like this bouncing fireball. And this double hit that makes the move actually fairly safe. And, oh, not this one. This one just kind of does what it does. Oh, yeah, I guess the, oh, right, yeah. Her command norm will also be a little better, but we haven't, finalized that yet. This one...
Projectile is still too strong.
Yeah.
Figures.
So yeah, just a little preview of what's not going to be there, because as funny as this was, we couldn't balance around it. It's too good. It's also really awkward using combos because it changes your regular hit into a projectile. It's very strange. So, unfortunately that won't stick around, but, another really nice thing is, imagine if you were always max heat, so you can get all the benefits, with only one of the downsides being that you lose health. That's another change. She doesn't drain health anymore at level 4. But she does during this install. It's funny,
I got install!
it's funny we call it install even though it's just really based on one move. But yeah, that
I
basically
realize that.
it,
Sorry.
yeah, it gives you the benefits of maximum heat while not having to worry about your exploding up until the very end, which you are guaranteed to explode. But oh yes, it basically functions a lot like the Icicle Super. Whoa. I'm glad I test things. A lot of this stuff is still a little new. Brilliant. But yeah, it works a lot like the Icicle Super in that it, I'm amazed that I only discovered that just now.
Bruh, Memento.
Oh, you can cancel it. You probably wouldn't be able to. You might be able to get to 4 meter out of this, but yes. You now have a way to basically get yourself some purple health to put into this move by but doing it manually by activating the install. It's not a great thing to have active whenever you're getting hurt, but that's the very high risk, high reward gameplay that Isabella and Jane is basically designed to be about. So you can do some insane damage with her other level 1. And you get it after... Yep, you can get it after, you know, activating level 2. So essentially it's kind of an alternate level 3. If you're good with it, it's pretty much the better option, but it's much tougher to use. So with that out of the way...
I think that covers everything?
At
least everything major. Okay.
Why could she Craze cancel out of that?
There's my steam.
And am I okay with it?
Leave it in for now and see where it goes. I mean, she needs it. I think she needs it.
It is, it's a small thing, but, one of the changes that I made as well is that you can also lose it on the ground, so... Although, that makes me wonder...
I'm gonna scream.
That makes me wonder. Now I have to know. Oh, I can't Craze cancel that. That'd be really funny. But yeah, I think Isabella and Jane will now be playable, so that's nice. I do think she had a really nice setup, but he just needed that little bit of tweaking to work out. Another small thing I should mention is actually that the level 3 event is actually the best one. Level 4, it actually gets a little worse in that you can't really attack off of it, you can't follow it up off anything, but it does a ton of damage. So, Yeah, if you really want to cash out, it might be the way to go.
Yeah.
So, with that, that is a glance at what the final update is going to look like, because it is still getting tweaked and patched.
Yeah, this is a pretty substantial update, so finishing this is still gonna take a little bit more time. I hope y'all can understand.
Indeed. We're looking, hopefully, to have it be done within a week, so by next Saturday.
And hopefully I'll actually get working on the wiki. I'm still really behind on wiki stuff. I'm so bad at that.
That's fine, it's fine. What's important is that this will be the final major update for the Eichmann version of Battle Craze. It'll
And
be
hopefully
complete, in a sense. But, it is definitely not the end of the Battle Craze development cycle, as it were. Because we want this game to be playable online. So
we want it to
ideally,
be online. We want a few extra features, bells and whistles and all that. We want to finish the roster, because despite how big this roster already is, with about 14 characters, each with 3 variants, this isn't the end goal for the Battle Craze. Oh no.
we got a lot coming. At least,
Yeah.
that's the plan. I don't like to get everyone's hopes up, because I may be pessimistic, but if we get
Can I at least
everything the
can
way
I at
we
least,
want it to...
can I at least give a hint as to who the next character is gonna be?
If you want to, sure.
Big fucking beetle.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be, after this release gets finished, we'll be moving to another engine. We'll probably patch this version of the game once or twice, but this will be more or less where it ends for the Eichmann build. But we'll be moving to a new engine. I'll have to make a new engine. That'll be fun. And, we're gonna hope that the net play is good, because that's pretty much what we need. This is, we weren't planning on moving to the engine so soon, but yeah, not having good net play has been quite tough, not only for getting people to actually play the game, and I don't even just mean from getting attention, I just mean people struggling to even play it together, because this net play is not all that reliable. It's been really tough for the dev team as well. So, good net play games, especially fighting games, are becoming insanely important. So, we shifted up a lot of the characters we were developing, so we can get in all the guest characters in. And,
Isabella as the boss of this one.
Yep. She is not the final boss, but she is the boss of this version. So, and man, she plays like it. But with all that said, I'm just rambling.
Yeah. Hopefully, when we get the ball rolling on the big effing beetle, we can post progress on there every so often on Twitter.
Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll
invite the viewer into the journey of the production of a Battle Craze character.
Indeed, we'll be probably just showing off stuff about a character while they're being developed, rather than waiting until a reveal trailer. As fun as that was, it's
I mean, I don't know if we could keep having trailers like that, just to have a short showcase of what they can do. But
sure.
Given the fact that we're working on a new engine, those probably won't be coming for a while.
Yes, that is the one downside. I'm talking about making a new engine from scratch.
Yeah.
So, we have no time frame on when you'll be seeing Battle Craze again, but I'm anticipating it being not too soon into the next year. Not too far? You know what I mean. optimistically speaking, early 2022. You'll be seeing a playable online version of Battle Craze. And
Yes.
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. And I hope that y'all are too. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but yeah, this build should be coming to you soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. And battle crazy.